Hi, my name is David Purnell, and I'm from Pella, Iowa in the U.S. I'm a professor in the English department there. But recently, my college has asked me to begin teaching beginning Chinese. I lived in China for 4 years back in the 80s, and then again for 2 years, '02 to, '07 to '09. But I haven't been here in 5 years, and my Chinese was very rusty. So I was in urgent need of finding a program that could help me refresh my Chinese. I'm thankful to Kirk at Drake University for referring me to CLI. I came down from Beijing, but was delayed by bad weather and arrived at the airport at 4 in the morning, never expecting that I actually would be met by someone, but there was a driver with the CLI sign and brought me to the building. The facilities are lovely. And when I entered the taxi, he gave me a bag with a temporary cell phone, great instructions as to how to use the electric key to get in. Um, beautiful, beautifully done building, I think, especially for people who love China and are interested in Chinese. The decor really appeals to us and engages us very, very nicely. But the attention to detail, for instance, when I got into my room, there was a bottle of water waiting for me there. And it really seems from beginning to end to have been done by people who have gone through this themselves and know what foreigners need. All of the problems and needs seem to be very predicted and attended to in advance, which was really appreciated. In terms of the classes, my situation being a little bit odd, having studied Chinese 30 years ago, and not having used my Chinese really for 5 years, I needed teachers who could look at my particular situation and customize the approach nicely, which is exactly what they did. My three teachers listened very carefully to my description of my Chinese language background and took that into account in developing supplementary materials. I'm sure many hours went into that, getting on the web and creating materials that supplemented the textbook that we were using very nicely. They were always quite patient in taking detours, in talking about issues or pursuing areas of vocabulary that weren't exactly in the text or in materials that they had prepared, and were really just great in that regard.